Football Dad's Army. So Arsenal complete their Emirates Cup victory with a 2-0 win over Lyon yesterday, and I thought it was a very, very good game. I thought in that first half especially, Arsenal played very, very well. I was going on about the return of Alexander Lacazette, but what I didn't realise is he's got his extended holiday due to the Olympics. I haven't watched none of the Olympic football, to be fair. I didn't realise that he was going to be given an extended break because of playing in Thierry Henry's team. They got all the way to the final in that in the Olympics, so that was why he wasn't playing. He's given an extended break. I mean, he's had a good couple of years out in France for Lyon, scoring up, over 50. I think it was 53 goals or something in 70 odd appearances. Very good return since 2022 over the last 2 years. And, he could have been chomping at the bit to try and prove Arteta wrong for not extending his contract, letting him leave at the end of it, saying that we're moving in a different direction. I think there was a little bit of animosity there at first because he had 5 years at the club at Alexander Lacazette. But, I mean, as reported that before, that Arteta just wanted to get rid of players that he didn't want, had too much of a too much of a say in the dressing room. He wanted to get people like that, Lacazette and Aubameyang and Ozil, and players that influencing these youngsters too much in the wrong way. He deemed to be in the wrong way, it seemed to me. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm just saying what I think. Arteta's got a little bit of a power complex, in my opinion. Myself, he doesn't like to be questioned or challenged by any players, it seems. And as soon as one of them is a little bit maverick, I mean, he can't really cope with it. He's not strong. His man management skills, in my opinion, ain't that great. But anyway, back to the game. I think everyone played, especially in that first half. Even Zinchenko had a good game. That defence is solid, mate. We did see Calafiori. Finally, he come on for the last 20 minutes. I think it was around about 15 or 20 minutes. Looked lively. But that defence as a whole, I mean, it is solid, isn't it? It is solid. And Gabriel and Saliba, the best centre-half pair in the league, scored a goal each. They scored the goals. Declan Rice from the corner lands one straight on Saliba's head. It's sort of like he just has to just do that. He didn't even have to direct it properly or anything. It's perfect corner kick. The whole team, it seemed, was like all together on the edge of the far post side of the box, just all run together, causing havoc in that penalty area, and then Saliba scores the goal to go 1-0 up. Again, a similar thing, but this was more of a powerful directed header from Gabriel Magalhães' centre half partner, and he gets the second goal, go 2-0 up, and then it was just control. But what I was a bit disappointed with is there wasn't from open play them goals. It's a little bit of a concern. We need a striker. Havertz, and Jesus, both players didn't play too bad, really. They was putting apart the defences, but they couldn't really, they couldn't really finish their dinner. There was a few chances. And we controlled the game very well. Lyon looked very lacklustre. Whether it was Lyon being poor or Arsenal just being so controlling and so dominant, especially in that first half, I'm not so sure. Gabriel Martinelli seems to maybe have lost a yard of pace for some reason. He was one-on-one. I mean, he would have skinned their centre-half generally. A couple of years ago, I remember the goal when he burst onto the scene against Chelsea. He ran the length of the pitch and scored the goal against Chelsea in that victory. I think we beat Chelsea about 5 that day, if I remember right. It was about 2019 or something like that. I think it was 2020, maybe. I can't remember the actual year of that one, but he absolutely, the speed of him was absolutely unbelievable. And now I just seems to have lost. Maybe he did take a little knock just before that. That could be why. It could be why he might have not wanted to open his legs properly in fear of maybe overstretching a muscle or something like that. Who knows? But he didn't. The centre half was able to get back at him and block his shot in the end. The rest of the team, I mean, Thomas Partey was solid. We were a different team when Thomas Partey's on there, as we see towards the end of last season as well. Thomas Partey allows Declan Rice to go forward. And I think, you know, that's probably something we're going to see a lot more of as long as Thomas Partey stays fit. This Mikel Mourinho deal, I don't know what's happening there. That still hasn't happened. I mean, it's taking forever and a day for this to go through, the same as the Calafiori one. But the striking situation, I'm seeing a lot of fans saying, just go and get Ivan Toney. I don't want Ivan Toney, I'm sorry. Ivan Toney's he's not for me, and I don't think he's for Arteta. I think they've definitely had some sort of talks, because it was hot stuff, it was hot news not so long ago about Ivan Toney coming to Arsenal. But I think, and they did have some sort of talks, I believe. I'm not sure. I know it might be even media talk, I don't know, but I think they did have some sort of talks. And in my opinion, he's like one of them mavericks, Ivan Toney. You know, the you know, got loads to say and speaks his mind and doesn't appear to play the game properly. Doesn't do as he's told. He's a little bit more outspoken than a lot of these players, especially the youngsters at Arsenal. They seem to be like in their place. They know their place. That's it. Yeah, so I don't think he's going to be. He would be for me either. He might be able to score a few goals. I'm not sure. I mean, he went off the ball after his 6-month layoff for his suspension for something to do with gambling or betting or something like that, weren't it? I'm not 100% sure what it actually was. Whether he told people, well, I'm gonna give away a penalty, whatever. I don't know. Whatever it was, some sort of betting scandal that he got his ban for. He come back. He only scored. I think he scored about 4 goals in the second half of the season since then. When he come back, and he didn't look great. He looked a little bit sharper for when he came on for England during the Euros. He did look. I must say that he did look a little bit sharper. But I just don't want to settle for Ivan Toney. I really don't want to just be settling, because this is where we've always gone wrong. Just settle, last minute panic buy, just settle for whatever player we can get. It's not the way forward for me. And, you know, we've got to try and get these deals over the line. I mean, the Pedro Neto to Chelsea deal just come out of nowhere. Bosh, come out of nowhere. Alvarez to Atletico Madrid. Conor Gallagher as well to Atletico Madrid. Them deals just come out of nowhere. Bump. They're nearly complete. I think Pedro Neto one's complete at Chelsea. I'm not so sure about the Alvarez to Atletico Madrid yet, because, you know, that's all I've seen on the reports is saying that it's going to be confirmed on schedule. So whatever the schedule is, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that deal's apparently going to go through. 82 million or whatever that was. 82 million for your backup striker. 82. Great business by Man City, you must say. But look, going back to the Arsenal squad, I think the second half was. I think Arsenal took their feet off the gas a little bit and allowed Lyon back into the game a little bit more. But the controlled defence, the defensive work is second to none. And I am not one bit worried. Unless there's a major injury to Saliba or Gabriel, I'm not one bit worried about that defence. I know we've got the backups there with Calafiori, Julian Timber. We haven't really seen a lot of. I don't care what you say. You haven't gone out and what's gone over. I know that everybody was going mental about how good Timber was before he came like last season, but then they got the injury. They've seen this, they've seen that, but they've not seen him properly. They've not seen him on a consistent basis. You know, these are Arsenal fans I'm talking about. They've not seen him on a consistent basis, so they don't know for sure how good he is. Calafiori is another one. I never heard of him until the Euros. So, I mean, I do watch a lot of football. I do keep my ear to the ground, and I watch out for players, because, you know, every now and again you hear things like that. Players, obscure players come into your club, and all of a sudden they're like world beaters. You know, I don't know what people just going off of stats. A lot of people go off of stats now. They look at the stats. Oh, look at this, look at that. Yeah, it's good ball progression and completed passes. I do get that. It's football manager style, but I get that. But you've got to give them the eye test as well. Always give them the eye test. Always. It also depends on what kind of opposition they're playing against. You know, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. You got to see what kind of players they played up against. They could have played like Championship level teams, and you know, all the other teams he could have played against could be nowhere near, no better than a Championship level, and he's a Premier League level sort of player. So, you know, you've got to look at the statistics logically, and you've also got to look at who they've played against and how they've accumulated them stats as well. So, and the only way to do that is the eye test. Watch the game, watch them play, have a see. Don't throw all your eggs into one basket and just say, yeah, he's mustard, he's this, he's that, until you've actually seen it with your own peepers. Remember that. Anyway, stick a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Don't forget to press the bell as well. And you'll get notifications of upcoming content. The podcast is on tomorrow with Anthony. Hopefully the old school gunner will be there and all. Dave with Early Doors Football TV. Guesting as usual on the podcast. So I'll see you there.